Welcome to the Business and Brews podcast, where our mission is to highlight local businesses in the Triangle area and shed light on different industries. All right, welcome back to the Business and Brews show. I'm Gavin Vincent.
And I'm Ryan Smeltz. And tonight, I'm very happy to introduce to you all Kimberly and Norman. Kimberly, tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Kimberly Waters Washington. I'm the Executive Director of Kimberly's Touch nonprofit organization.
I'm Norman Miller, and I'm the President of Kimberly's Touch.
Perfect. What does Kimberly's Touch do exactly?
We are a nonprofit organization that helps navigate cancer patients with emotional and financial support. We also offer other services such as transportation, lodging. We help with medical bills. We help with electricity bills and also your mortgage bills.
That's like a full service thing.
It is a full service thing.
Take care of everybody.
Well, thank you, Kim and Nora, for being here. We definitely do appreciate it. Definitely look forward to have you guys on, especially with such a good cause. We definitely do appreciate everything you guys do. What are we drinking today, Ryan? I think this is actually one of you and Toya's favorite, isn't it?
Okay, so
Am I allowed to mention her name on air?
you're going to have to bring up, yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Well, now.
We'll
come back to that. So this is by, this is Mural or Mural?
Mural.
I like
Depends
it.
on
It's
what part of the South
refreshing.
you're from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. It is by New Belgium Brewing.
Okay, nice. All right, there in Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville and Fort Collins, Colorado.
I like it. Well,
Sure
this
is.
is a good show.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right, there you go.
There you go. So, Ron, how's your week been, buddy?
Pretty good.
Good
so,
weekend?
Yeah. Shout out to Brandon of Patriot Press.
Nice.
We finally got our shirts in Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and they look pretty good. They look really good.
Good. That's always good to hear.
What about you?
It's been busy. It seems like, I think we talked about this last week, but everybody's getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah.
I think I was in Walmart and they had Christmas trees up
Oh,
already.
they had
Don't break down Halloween, put up Christmas trees and say,
Yes.
that's to get all about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Right all about it.
How about you guys? You guys have a pretty good week and weekend?
Absolutely. It was wonderful. Actually, last night we had a really, really rewarding, our executive director was nominated for Black Businesswoman of the Year, and we both attended a function last night, and she was successful in bringing home the humanitarian award.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank
She
you.
was up against some really, really big hitters.
Yes. Well, congratulations to that. And I know you were telling the story off air, but that's very inspirational. And
Yes, it
you
is.
just never know.
Right, you never know. You never know who's watching.
Absolutely.
Never know who's watching. You're absolutely right. So, with the actual nonprofit in the nonprofit space, what got you started with Kimberly's Touch? Or tell us a little bit about that backstory of how you came up with it.
Well, myself, I'm an 8-year cancer survivor. 2016, I had 5 extra tumors removed from my body, and working in the cancer center and listening to other cancer patients tell why they needed help, and to tell how cancer not only affected their health, but affected them in other ways as far as financial. Playing rush roulette with their lives, whether to take a treatment or go to work because they have bills to be paid.
Right.
So in effort and in order for me to bring it forward, Kimberly Touch came about to be able to, help out.
And I think you were mentioning both yourself as well as Norman are both cancer survivors.
Yes, we are.
Wow.
I can actually remember when I was going through my treatment, when it was in its thought stages, we were bouncing around what the name would be. This was her vision then, and it was what the name would be, and what her logo would be. And I can remember us going back and forth, and every day I would go to treatment, I would always look forward to. This was kind of like my inspiration. I call her my sister angel because, when I started my treatment, I was terrified, and I think she kind of saw that in me. And from that that first day, she came up to me and she kind of knew what to say and how to say it, and I look forward from then on every day, to even on my bad days, she made it a good day. So,
and with that, I'm glad you actually brought that up. I mean, that's a very great point. What advice would you have to someone that just has been recently diagnosed with cancer? I mean, seeing that you've seen it all the way through to the end here and gone through all the different phases, what advice would you give to that person that just received that diagnosis from their doctor?
The same advice I gave Norman. You're going to have a lot of bad days, but at the end, you're going to have a lot of good days. You're going to be able to look back and say it was worth it.
Right.
Even if the whole situation is to turn around, it's nothing we can do. It's all in God's hands.
Absolutely.
But always think positive, be around positive people. Do not let anyone feed you negativity. Because
That's
if I
very
would have
important.
accepted it 8 years ago when they told me that, my family, that it's a possibility I wasn't going to make it, I wouldn't be here today. I didn't accept that. My goal was to see all 3 of my kids become adults and 1 grandchild be born. I've been blessed to see all 3 kids adults and 3 grandkids be born. And I'm still here today.
Yes, that's a fighter. That's
Yes.
a fighter spirit.
Absolutely.
You're right. I mean, so much of what we do is based on our mindset.
Exactly.
That positivity is
Yeah.
is key. It really is key.
Absolutely. It really has an effect on the body in itself. So, yeah, you're absolutely right.
And like when someone is going through cancer, they already stressed out with the point of going through cancer, but having these added stressors like where's the money going to come from being out of work up to years. I've met people that have been out of work for 3 years fighting cancer. It's just a certain type of cancer. I honestly did not know how many different types of cancer were until I started working in the cancer center.
And I don't
Yeah.
think the average person really does.
No,
But it's quite a few. It's quite a few.
right.
I mean, I want to say that this is the list here, and I'm counting probably 20 here.
And it's more than that. It's over
It's-
99.
What's usually the most prominent types of cancer that you usually see in the cancer center?
Breast cancer, probably. When
Um,
you say
no, a lot of different ones that I did not even know existed.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
so the
more-
cancer center I worked in had 2 sizes. You were divided by doctors. One side was predominant for breast cancer. The other one was for like esophageal,
that's what I had.
ovarian, all different types of cancer. So you had a mixture of everything in one building. So it just depends on who that person was that day that was willing to say, well, I'm fighting this. You knew. Or I'm fighting that. You even have leukemia in there. I mean, I have a friend right now that's going through that. And she's in and out of the hospital. She hasn't worked. I mean, things like this can bring you down. And then where's your income coming from?
Right.
As we all know, insurance companies only pay but so much. And we only have but so much money in the bank. So
Right.
if you don't have the resources to help you, you out of luck.
Right.
So, tell us a little bit about like how you're set up. So I know you talked about the shirts and like the things you do to help the cancer patients. What
So-
does it look like?
So right now we only 6 months in, and the way that we get our income, I have designed 5 different shirts. I'm wearing one today. Norman is wearing one. I also make candy, cancer ribbon candy. I have a website where we have pillows, mugs, basically anything that you
Jewelry.
want. Yeah,
Hats.
it's online. So I put my logo on just about everything.
Nice.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
I suppose a little bit of something for everybody.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're saying is usually that's probably one of the things that most people don't realize is there aren't too many resources out there as far as financial resources once you do get that diagnosis, because in order to get these treatments, it sounds like there's a lot of time that has to be missed from work in order to get these treatments.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Once you get chemo, and it depends on chemo, because I got to admit, there are some chemos that don't knock you off your feet. At least that's what I witnessed while working at the cancer center. But there are some that totally wipe you away. I mean, as far as energy wise, your train of thought. I mean, you literally start losing weight. You can't eat. I was one of those. If I smelled food, I vomit. I mean, I lost weight.
I was one of those ones that went in the hospital the 5th of July at 246 pounds and came out at 138.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Didn't eat for 3 months. You know, my mother was the type of person that she's the boost and the insure, and you know, they live by it, and
Right.
my system just wouldn't take it. I mean, I could smell, like she said, I could smell food and just gag. I mean, I couldn't do it.
And it just depends on everybody. Everybody cancer is not the same. Everybody don't go through the same side effects.
Yeah.
But in reality, you go through something.
Yeah.
Because chemo is chemo. I don't care what type of chemo it is. It's chemo, and it's there to kill the good cells and the bad cells,
And it does.
and it drains you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have the radiation, and then radiation also it makes you fatigue. Once you go through cancer, your life is never the same anymore. And I have to admit, if I would have never went through this journey, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Absolutely.
And just to touch on that, I mean, how has your outlook had changed on life? I mean, how's it changed your outlook on life since you've been able to go through this journey?
Man, wow, it have changed a whole lot. My eating habit, the food I used to like, I hardly can eat anymore. I eat like a baby, seriously. My train of thought is totally different. I try to look at things in a positive way instead of a negative way. Anybody that I see that I can give an encouraging word to, I'm there. I just don't walk over them. Like I said, I work at Rex 3 days a week. I love what I do. I've been a CNA for 17 years legally, 23 years total, tops. I'm just going to keep it real,
I got you.
I love what I do. I mean, I can take care of anything and anybody, but my passion is to take care of cancer patients because I know and I've seen it from both sides as a patient and as a caregiver of how things are.
So if someone in that situation comes to you guys, like, what does like your intake process look like?
Well, although the services are free, there's an application process that you go through, and everything that we do, all of the services that we give, there are caps on how much we do, but basically it's just a little small. We would normally interview the individual after the application is done, and then we just go from there.
Nice.
It's not a very difficult thing at all.
Basically, just assessing someone's needs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Find out what they need. I've talked to a lot of people that when, and it's kind of a negative part of it because when you talk to different people, and when they hear the financial part of it, well, I had cancer back in 1973, and I'm still having problems from it. So can I get some of the financial? I mean, this just happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, well, it's kind of not like that, so to speak. But
You have to be actively going through the treatments
Okay.
in order to get assistance.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Because me personally, eight years ago, I wouldn't actually be looking for, no financial help. Hopefully I wouldn't anyway. Hopefully I'd be able to, like I am now on my feet. Because when I was going through, it was 2 incomes coming into my house until I was diagnosed. Then it was 1. I saw my husband struggle.
Right.
And at the time, he was not my husband. He was my fiance. We had got engaged February of 2011, and I was diagnosed May 2011.
Wow.
Yes. But he stuck by me, and he actually married me my last week of treatment of radiation. And I tell people, bald head and all, I didn't have not one strand of hair. But he still married me, and we're still together. We've been together 13 years.
Nice. That's an awesome story.
Yes.
And he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I'll say that myself.
Norman approves. That's
I-
you got the Norman Silver approval. I like it. Absolutely. So the transition into the nonprofit piece of this, what challenges did you face trying to get it up and running and like trying to figure out how to structure it and figure out how a nonprofit works? Because I know, how did you go from having this idea to actually executing and actually setting up the 501(c)(3)?
Well, from the start up, I had a friend. I took care of her mother at cancer center, and I was telling her my idea, and her mother gave me this look because I told her, I said, I'm scared. I don't want to start it up because I don't know how people will receive me. And she looked at me like, really? So may she rest in peace. Because of that look, she gave me that mama look. Because of that look, I said, what the heck? I tried, and I tried it. And her daughter gave me a name of a coach to actually reach out to. I called her and I told her what my idea was. She listened, and by the time I hung up the phone, she said, I'll take you. And she did all the paperwork for me. I submitted everything I needed to. She had it processed for me. And when it was time for us to submit the 501(c)(3), she did it on April 1st. I was told it would take 6 months to a year to receive it back. My husband and I went on a 5-day cruise on Easter. And when we came back, our 501(c) was in the mailbox. So it only took 2 weeks for us to receive it. Now, since we've gotten it, we have had our challenges to the point where I was like,
My bad, guys.
Yeah.
I have it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because it's mom.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, we're not live anymore.
Thanks, Mom.
That sounds like something my mom would
Yeah,
do.
that's something your mama would do for real.
It says low network. Oh, it's recording. Let's continue.
Okay, yeah, because we still have this one.
Yeah.
We still have the podcast. We'll go back and edit it.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, with that, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, actually, I know where we was at. I was actually going to. You asked me what have been the struggles
Yes,
of
yes, challenge.
the challenges that we've had. The challenge we have had is getting people to mentor us to make sure that we was doing things the right way according to the IRS. Fundraisers have not been a problem. We can do a fundraiser. We can get one going. But it's been a blessing because God actually put someone in our life that came to us voluntarily to help us get everything straightened in order. And I'm going to say her name. Her name is Dr. Barbara Pullen and Smith. She's an author. She has a lot of titles, but we're going to just leave it as that with Dr. Barbara. She's been an angel sent to us to help us get everything together. As a matter of fact, she did that one pager. I never heard of a one pager until she did that for us. I meet with her once a week, and she gets
She's an
people.
inspiration.
Yeah, she is an inspiration, and she knows a lot of people.
And she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. And
Yeah.
if you talk to a lot of people that actually run successful businesses, whether it's nonprofit or for-profits, in the private sector or public sector, usually one of the biggest things that got them over the hump was having a mentor.
Right.
And a lot of that is just paying it forward.
Yeah.
As far as they're just willing to help because they just want to see other people get to the
Succeed.
point where they're at, or
Yes.
see other people be successful.
That's
as well.
very much
So
what she is.
that is very inspiring. And, definitely thank you to her for.
Yes,
for
most
the-
definitely. I had to tell her last night when I got the award that, she's been an inspiration to me because, like I said, there have been plenty of times I'm like, I even called Norma one time crying, I can't do it no more. I don't want to do it no more. And I realized how many mean people were in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Trust me, this is not her. To hear something negative come out of her mouth, it is not her at all. And I think I was in Virginia. I was in Virginia then, and she was like, I'm done. I'm giving up. And I'm like, I looked at my phone like, I had to look at the name, and I'm like, is this Kimberly? I'm like, no. What has happened? So, I mean, it's like, but they come and they go, but God is taking over, and
Absolutely.
we just moving forward, onward and upward.
Absolutely.
Nice.
You're absolutely right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you talked a lot about basically somebody helping you file the paperwork, somebody helped you get this together. So, what challenges did you see in like getting the whole business set up? Like which direction you were headed and what you were supposed to do next?
Well, they weren't too much of any challenges there because I did my own research about how to get a nonprofit started. It's just getting the donors, the corporate people to actually see you and trust you, and know that you're real and that you mean what you're going to say. That's the hardest part there. But I'm a praying young lady, and you know what? When I pray, I sit back and I listen and I wait on God. So, like I was telling Norma last night, every time I feel like we hit a brick wall, God sends someone else in. And so like last night at the event, there was two beautiful young ladies. It's like, oh, I'm going to help you. I want to be a part of you. I want to be a part of this organization to help you. And I'm like, it seems like every time we get to that brick wall, I think it's a brick wall, he sends us somewhere else and somebody else comes to me like, I love what you're doing and I want to help. And these people are already business people. And they just want to see us be, yeah. So, and I was telling him that the night when he walked in my door, I'm like, man, I don't even know how to feel after last night, but, I just know that I'm not giving up. God gave me this assignment, and I got to see it through.
Kind of went to celebrity status.
Yeah. But, it definitely is funny. I mean, because, just like you talk about hitting the brick walls, it sounds like you had to change that mindset from, why does this happen to me, to why is this happening for me?
Right.
You know what I mean? And actually turn it around, and that's when other people actually coming into the midst that actually change those things around you.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
that's awesome.
That's pretty interesting. A lot of
You like it?
yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Sounded good though.
Well, a lot of folks I talk to, like they're, the Mike, the last guy that was on here with Taylor Kings, and one of my buddies runs a veteran nonprofit. It can be challenging to know where to go and what to do. So just you guys being able to connect with people who are willing to help and have the knowledge and ability to do so is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a total number of people that you've helped so far?
Most of our people that we have helped that have wanted financial help has been 3. Some just need that emotional support. So they just need somebody to encourage them that it's going to be okay. No matter which way the tables are turned, it's going to be okay.
That's pretty cool.
And you also still have people that are afraid to talk about what they've been through. I don't know if it's a shame or what it is, but I tell them like this. You went through it. God sent you through it. You need to tell that testimony to somebody. You may be a blessing to somebody that's going through that don't want to hear it. They don't know anything about it. So I tell my testimony wherever I can go. I sure do.
Then we've also had some kind of funny requests. And I have to tell this one. This was a cute little couple in Kittrell, North Carolina. And we got together and we drove to Kittrell, and we GPS the address, and the little guy was waiting in the yard, and we went in, and I sat down. His wife, she was stage 4 breast cancer, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't breast cancer. I want to say it was. I can't remember, but it wasn't breast
She was
cancer.
in stage 4 though, so that's really bad. And she was sitting in the chair, he was sitting on the sofa, and we were both sitting on the sofa, and it was like they had their van repossessed, and they didn't have a lot of groceries, and so we had a check that was ready. We were going to take them to the grocery store, and do whatever we had to do. So we sat down and we went through the whole procedure of telling them what services we offered, and everything, and told them about Kimberly's Touch and everything. And so we said, so what services can we provide for you all today? Thinking maybe we needed a ride to the store and grocery store and so forth and so on. And it was a dead silence. They were looking at one another, and we were looking at them looking at one another, and it was like, okay.
It's not one in here.
I was like waiting for a response, and then after a while, they
It's out there.
the man
There's one out there.
Shouldn't be a key.
the man he said, well, we need a car. So we were like, well, that's not quite in the realm of what we do, and so then he proceeded to tell us about that, the car, the van had got towed from the store, so then he wanted us to drive us all around Kittrell to try to find the van that had been repossessed and towed, and so needless to say, to make a long story short, we weren't able to help them. So, but it was kind of funny because that he wanted none of our other services other than for us to buy him a car.
Yeah. Wow.
But the good thing about us, he didn't waste our time. He was point blank.
Yeah.
He just like, I need a vehicle.
He was.
But he was cute about it though.
He was.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely, I'm sure you run across a lot of different people and a lot of different situations.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a good thing.
I think that was the funniest stuff.
Yeah.
And we would never forget him.
My first experience in Kittrell, North Carolina.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I'm sure in a few years, looking back at this, you're gonna laugh even harder.
Hey, we might in a few years be able to bless somebody with a vehicle.
You will be able to.
Yeah.
You will be able to.
My husband, if he stays where he is, he's a car salesman. He well manager. So hey,
Yeah,
never know.
there you go. That's right. You never know, right? With that, I think we actually kind of just touched on it briefly here. What is the big vision, or what's the big picture that you have of where you want the nonprofit to go to?
When I started this nonprofit, I used to have dreams every night, and I on my brochure our goal is to go worldwide because that's where God keeps taking my vision to. I'm flying from here, there, and everywhere, helping people out that has cancer. So that is my vision. I have to start here in Wake County, which is fine. We just got to get established and people to actually take us serious. And I just see us growing. I have people that wants to volunteer. They not just Norman told me last night, be careful what you ask for. Because we be busy, even though we might be small and just starting out, we are busy. And my goal is just to be able to help as many people as God would allow me to. Or allow us to, because it's not an I in it, it's a team. Because you see our other team members, they're awesome too. Yeah.
I would like to be able to get to a point at some time, where somebody in California is referred to us and immediately we have a consult and one of us or both of us or however it goes get on a plane and we're gone and we're going to help that family.
Yeah.
That's kind of the
goal.
vision.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter where it is or who they are.
And it just seems like, this is been since April of this year, right?
Right,
Yes.
April this year.
You guys have grown by leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the success
Thank
that you've
you.
seen just in that short period of time, because that's literally 7 months.
Yeah.
I didn't even really 7 months,
Right.
because we're just at the beginning of November.
Absolutely.
So, that's great. You're doing great things, and we really
My
appreciate
bonus mother told me, she says 2019 is just for you to get your word out. She said you're gonna break in 2020, and I do believe it.
I do too. I really do.
I have a big support team. I have an aunt that's been through right behind us. Whatever we need to say, or she front line. Send me some. Send me some. You talking about selling lighter pots, man? She'll call every week. I need 4 times 55. 55 in each Ziploc bag. She worked at this nice place called Lynette's China. So Lynette's China has really been one of the biggest supporters. My father, whenever we do a plate sale, he's the grill master. He does turkey barbecue in his leg quarters.
And it's good.
So yeah,
That's a plus.
yeah, it really is for people that never tried it. Yeah, they be like, when are you gonna do your next one?
Oh, nice.
it. Nice. That's
So
very nice.
Like I said, we hit walls, but we bounce off. It's like we're a rubber ball. We bounce back and we get it going again.
That's awesome. All right, are you ready to transition into the last
Definitely.
segment? All right.
Definitely.
So we like to ask every person that we have on the actual show 3 questions that we have brewing. The first one is, what are you currently reading?
What am I currently reading? Wow, anything that comes across my computer that has something to do with cancer. I'm being for real. I need to educate myself on each cancer, so whenever I come encounter with someone, I know how to respond.
Well, that's pretty much the same.
No, same as well.
Trying to stay abreast of what's going on.
Yeah, because it's a lot of information.
It is, very
There's
much
a lot of
so. Yep.
information is trying to get up to speed. Absolutely. You want to take a second one? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your shine. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You
So,
should share the spotlight. It's okay.
when, I'm just happy to be here.
I am too.
Me both.
When
Thank
you,
you for letting me be here, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for letting us.
Yeah, I know, right?
he's got the key, so.
Doesn't matter. We're still in, so it doesn't matter who has the key.
So when you guys aren't out fighting the good fight, what do you like to do for fun?
I'm a family person. I'm a wife, a mother, and a nana, and being able to spend that time with my family is an A+.
Nice.
And me as well. I'm not a wife, but I'm a father. And I'm actually from Virginia, so a lot of the times when I'm not in the area, or if we have some free time, I go to Virginia. My mother and kids are there, so that's what I usually do.
And I have to threaten him to come back to North Carolina.
Forced me back this. I just celebrated my 60th birthday, and I went for like 2 weeks, and
Congratulations.
I was getting these threatening phone calls in Texas.
Hey, yo.
About that, I better hurry up and get back here, so I kind of cut it short a day or so to come on back. But
Well, happy 60th.
thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
60 years.
But she's a blessing to me, and I'm no matter where she goes or what she needs to do or what I need to do, she know I'm there.
Absolutely. And our last question. If someone wants to find out more about you and your organization, how can they get in contact with you and find out more about you?
They can contact us through Facebook Messenger, Kimberly's Touch, or they can email us, kimberly'stouch.kimberlytouch.org.
All right, and we'll put this in the show notes, right?
Yeah,
In the description
definitely.
below.
How about this?
I'll probably, if you got this
Change it around.
PDF, if you can email that to me, I could probably put that on there too.
I actually can send it to you.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. All right.
And I gave you my wrong email address too. I always do it. It's Kimberly's Touch at kimberly'stouch.org.
Oh, I got it right there.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely put that in there. The show notes in the description.
Yeah,
I like it.
And they can also, we're both on Facebook personally.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if they forget any of the other contact information, they can. My name is Norman Miller. I'm on Norman Miller.
All right.
Just send me a friend request.
All right, absolutely. Well, that's always a good way to do it.
Most
That's a good way to do it. Ryan, you got anything else, buddy?
No, I think that about takes care of it.
That takes care of it. Can I do the outro now? No? We're still.
I like that.
It's still new.
I like to leave them hanging a little bit.
Okay.
I like to do it though. Take
I
it
like to
away.
do it. Take it away.
Take it
Thank you
away.
for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Just like that, we're out.